Hang on. All right, what is up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another live stream. How are we all doing today? Let me know how you're doing in the live chat as you are coming in. We've got another live stream today. We were just live like 12 hours ago, and we're live again. Here we go. We were live for a Bitcoin all-time high, and now we're live again for another Bitcoin all-time high, another $1,000 higher. So, pretty good. Pretty good stuff. What's up, guys? How you all doing? Let me get this chat displaying properly. Hang on. Just throw that up there. How's it going, ladies and gents? Smash them up as you are coming in. Just kicking off this live stream here, the second one in 12 hours. What's up? Shout out to Jose Antonio, always tuning into our live streams. Dave the Sage, what's up? James, Andy, Dad Venture, how are you doing? Thank you. I'm good. Thank you very much. Shout out to Michael saying, smash them likes even before we start. Appreciate your service, Sammy. You're very, very welcome. You are very, very welcome. Thank you very much. I've actually gone ahead and pinned your comment, so you're a legend, mate. Shout out to Leo Swipes. Yo, we moonin', broski. Leo Swipes is excited for this. What's going on, man? Brother Sammy, how's it hanging? Love from Cambodia. Yo, what's up? From Cambodia. How you doing, man? How are you? How are we feeling today in the live chat? Let me know what's going on. We're sitting at an $80,370 Bitcoin. We have successfully set a new all-time high, and we're in the middle of a very small retracement right now. We're going to be doing the whole thing. We're going to be analyzing it, doing everything. As you are coming in, do me a favor and smash those likes up. Let's get this thing above 50 and kick this live stream off. Guest is feeling good, except that their granddaughter keeps taking over their YouTube channel. So let's get your granddaughter watching this Bitcoin analysis. How about that? Let's get her stacking some BTC. She is from Seattle, Washington. Thoughts on Cardano? Cardano had the big news yesterday, didn't it? With Charles Hoskinson potentially working with the federal government now. In terms of its chart, yeah, it's just flying through resistance. We'll take a look at alts later on in the live stream, so we'll get to that. As you are coming in, ladies and gents, welcome to the live stream. Thank you all for tuning in to the second live stream in about 12 hours. Smash those likes up as you are joining in here for another live stream here. We're around the clock, ladies and gents. If there's something going on, I'm here. You already know the deal. What am I feeling about the CME gap, bro? That's what I'm contemplating at the moment. Yeah, well, we spoke about the CME gap yesterday, and I'll actually get to that for you. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to kind of take a couple of CME gap concern. Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that in a little bit. Yeah, I'm not worried about the CME gap. I'll tell you why. Sean Donnelly, what's happening, Savvy? Dude, Sean, I got the treadmill back. I just haven't put it here. And I have a good reason. The reason I haven't put it here is because my face cam is too low. And so I had to order a new tripod to, because I'm tall. So I had to order a new tripod for my camera, which is here. I just haven't set it up. But that will be hopefully the next live stream. So hang on. Remind me to place my new treadmill in 3 hours. Yeah, there we go. That's a quick little reminder. We'll take care of that. What's going on, Sean? Welcome to another live stream, you legend. I love Sean. Sean's always trying to get me to do my steps. He cares about my health. Thank you. How much longer you think Bitcoin will skyrocket? Oh, man. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, maybe, I think a minimum of 6 months. Yeah, minimum of 6 months. I think it's gonna keep going up. Minimum. Yeah. Up to a maximum of probably 3 years. I mean, it's a big range. And I don't actually think we would get to 3 years. But the reason I said that is because the market maybe is maturing and getting a little bit slower. Oh, and we have a Trump government. I don't really see like a depression or anything happening during a Trump government. It could. I mean, they're not that into, they're not that tied to the president or whatever. But I'm just not super bought into the idea that, a Trump. And I don't know. It depends on the rest of the world, but the world's pretty competitive. There's a lot of innovation going on. I guess, I don't know. It's a difficult question, right? Because, there's a lot more automation. People be losing their jobs. Things could get bad. How much of that would we see in the next 4 years? It's going to be slow and gradual. So, yeah, I don't think we're getting anything crazy in the next 4 years. So, easily, I think Bitcoin could keep trending up for the next few years, just because it's going to be slow. It's not even a good thing. I mean, it is a good thing, but it's not like, as good as you might think originally. It just means that, what used to happen in 1 year for Bitcoin will now take 4, and it's actually a really good thing. It's actually a really, really good thing if that happens, because it would also mean, and this is the most important thing, it would also mean that you're going to have much longer overall bull markets. They're going to be slower, but they'll be longer bull markets, right? And so what happens is you get coins that are worth less. There's going to be more time to make money on those. And so in that sense, maybe we get we just get more time to make money. That would be sick, man. Because usually what happens is that you're super switched on for the market, but in the bear market, right? A lot of you guys are going to relate to this. Like the euphoria hits and you buy the top, you sell it. This was so funny. I got to show you this. This is because this is actually so true. And I mean, when I talk to you guys about, these guys on Twitter, on YouTube and Twitter that I kind of really admire and appreciate. It's because these guys are there's a lot of depth to them. Like they really do, share good, insightful things. And one that I found really funny was this right here, from Cred. Absolutely, a brilliant trader. But here, read this. We've got Cred saying P&L cards, price cheerleading, moving targets up, etc. can mess with your decision making. Have a plan and stick to it regardless of the noise. My plan is to stay sidelined, buy the top, puke it, sell it on a 2% pullback for a loss, flip short at the bottom, get liquidated, and delete my account. See, we got a man here who actually sticks to his plans, ladies and gents. Absolute legend. I love this guy. And the reason I love it is because this is, like, there's so much clarity and self-awareness here about how traders operate. And the reason that this is a problem is that if you take this kind of approach where you buy the top and then sell it on a small drop and then you short the bottom and, you just like rage quit and quit, then really you're going to be in a camp of people who, you're going to realize, shit, I should have been more serious about my trading when the bear market hits. And that's when there's a lot fewer, opportunities. So now is a really, really good time to be very switched on to all this stuff. Smash up the likes as you're coming in, ladies and gents. We're about to get started on this Bitcoin analysis here in just a minute. Obviously, we got the classic Donald response. My plan is calling everything right, but being too lazy to trade, leaving generational wealth on the table just so I can be motivated to trade again in 6 months when everything moves 5 to 10% in a quarter. It's exactly what I was saying. Cred would also choose dinner with Jay-Z. So These guys are brilliant, man. I mean, the clarity of this comedy here. I mean, you don't see this particularly often. You've got to be very intelligent. So I love this, and I wish there was more of it. So I'm just putting it out there. What's going on, ladies and gents? Tell me how we're feeling. We feeling bullish? I mean, how bullish are we feeling? Let me know in the live chat in one word. Shamzizzle's asking, what a name, dude. Shamzizzle. I think you won. Should I take profits? Do you think there'll be a 50 at 60 or 60k correction? I can't tell you if you should take profits. Do I think there'll be a correction to 50 or 60k? I don't think so, but if it happened, I would welcome it. But I don't think it's gonna happen. What's up, Leo from Australia? How you doing, Leo? Mr. Singh. Got to look out for our own. How you doing, bro? Sweet. Thanks, bro. Stoked to hear your take. Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk about the CME gap in just a minute. Jose Antonio is saying that we are barely into this bull run. Bitcoin will go up and down in small steps. It's not yet the time to take profits. I completely agree. I have a slightly different philosophy. I just kind of take profits when I need to extract the money and, bring it back into the real world. But if that wasn't me, then yeah, I probably wouldn't be selling anything at all. To be fair, I haven't sold anything for a while. But I don't have like such hard and fast rules about whether or not I should sell. I don't want to, I don't know. My rules are strict enough with my normal trading. I don't really enforce them so strictly with my investments. Maybe I should. Do I follow the 18.6 cycle? Man, you guys with your fucking decimal cycles. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I haven't heard of the 18.6. I haven't heard of the 5.3. I haven't watched Crypto Crew yet. I will do that. And reply to him, because I think a lot of people, well, actually he's been invalidated now, so do I even need to reply to Crypto Crew? Can you guys let me know? Like, if he was saying that Bitcoin's going to top at 80k, he's now proven wrong. And I mean, that didn't take long. That took like 12 hours, and there's no shade on him. I mean, I've made wrong predictions too, but I don't know. I just think it's like you got to have like some serious, you got to have some real reason to feel conviction in yourself to see Bitcoin at 70k and then say it's not going to get above 80. I just don't think that was, a realistic take there. I mean, I've been wrong before. I try not to be wrong like that. because I think that was a little bit more preventable. We all make mistakes, though. It's no big deal. But I don't know if Crypto Crew was saying we're going to top at 80, then that's already debunked. So I don't need to talk about that anymore. I'm up 1x on Solana. Sounds like break even, bro. What's going on, Toast? You all right, mate? Dude's just coming in under my table looking for some pets. Seen a lot of people saying don't buy the top at 80k. I mean, look, you know, this is not a time to be buying, right? I mean, you know, the time to be buying was obviously at substantially lower price levels, but I mean, shit, like, you know, I still think Bitcoin's going to go up, and I still want money, so if I wasn't in, I'd probably be buying anyway. Look at Shiba, look at this shit. These meme coins are just, they're having a field day right now, aren't they? It's going very, very well for meme coins. Shiba just topped out at macro resistance right here. Yeah, big resistance here for Shiba, so... I think now what this actually means is that a lot of these levels are going to be in play, right? Like, I don't know if we're actually going to get them, but if we do get them, this is 2,000, I don't know, 2,000 mini US dollars. I don't know what you call them. But, you know, I think that this could be a very nice kind of buy zone for some of these coins to potentially start rallying on higher. So that's going to be interesting. But ladies and gents, that was a long intro to the live stream. Welcome to this live stream. Smash those likes up if you haven't done so already. We're not even at 100. We got to do better than that. That's just, you know, we got to push this thing above 100. I got my Red Bull here. Oh man, I love my Red Bull. I love it. I won't stop. Maybe I will, but not now. I want to come off it. I want to move away from carbonated, but man, the combo of drinking Red Bull, being a young man, making money, that combo is addictive, man. Just for his joke, I entered a short at 79k with 4x, stopped out at the next fib level. I lost $1. Yeah, I don't like joke trades. I mean, you know, each to their own, but I don't even do joke trades because I take a different philosophy in trading. But I understand it. I've done it before. Let's talk about these charts, ladies and gents. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you all for tuning in and pushing this thing above 100 likes. Double check that you're subscribed, of course, so you don't miss out on this very time-sensitive content. And the Bitcoin price has now managed to get above $80,000. We've conclusively gotten above it now because we've set an all-time high above $81,000. And right now, as we speak, we are seeing a little bit of a dip, which is absolutely fine because this is where we were live streaming yesterday. As Bitcoin set its all-time high at 79k, we were live right here and basically on this subsequent drop and recovery. And Bitcoin, you know, since then has basically just traded in an, this was actually an ascending triangle. Take a look at this, right? If we very crudely draw it, you know, we more or less were keeping to the same horizontal resistance, but we had an ascending support line here. So that's why we got that pop to the upside. But what it also did is it managed to produce a lot of kind of sideways trading here that really stretches all the way down to kind of 78.5 on this, 78.7. on this chart here. So lots of support for Bitcoin on this super short-term time frame right now as we drop down and enter a little bit of a very short-term corrective price wave. The Bitcoin realist has got a monster right now, keeping it got to keep juiced up till daily close. Let's take a look at when that daily closes. Yeah, that's in 4 hours. So I mean, it's a little bit of a pullback, but I mean, you know, whatever, right? Like it's just not that bad at all. We've kind of only just hit 80k. We are intensifying a little bit, but we got lots of support here, and it's not over until we lose this green line. Bitcoin loves to come down and grab liquidity, which is why, you know, a lot of people, they see markets kind of doing something a little bit like this, right? Yeah, and when the market gets down to like here, they start to really panic. You know, but me, I'm saying that, you know, markets actually like to fake out a lot. You know, like last night on stream, I said that the invalidation for Bitcoin would probably be at about over here. And it was, but Bitcoin slipped below it afterwards. But what happened? Look, it was just a liquidity grab and Bitcoin came back up. And so, you know, if you're the guy that gets scared when this happens, then, you know, you're never really going to be able to position yourself for... you know, when this happens, and this is actually where you get to make the money. This is actually a really big deal. Right, you guys have asked me a couple of times to clean the camera. I'm gonna do that properly right now. So just give me a second. This will be hopefully very quick. Oh no, actually, it's not gonna be as quick as I thought. Goes, please. Yeah, I don't think I fixed it. Yeah, I definitely didn't fix it. But I'm not gonna mess with that right now. That's my mistake. I should have done that before stream. But no, this is a really important deal here. You know, when you see the market coming back down to levels like this is where a lot of people get scared without realizing that actually the market probably just wants a liquidity grab, just like it did down here. You know, and then then that's actually gonna be the best place to be bullish. And that's why, you know, these feelings of fear that people have oftentimes are really unproductive. I mean, and we know they're unproductive. It's very obvious to say it out loud, but the extent to which they are unproductive is ridiculous. It's huge, because it's very much the opposite of what you need to do to make money. So I think that's an important take. And not very many people are there, so smash up the likes for that if you found that useful or interesting. We're live again, ladies and gents. Second live stream in 12 hours. It feels good. Solana's just managed to get up to $215 here, so close to its previous all-time high from the 2021 bull market. Very, very close. Look at that. It's only got 27% from current price to get to that all-time high. Now, it's going to be really the first altcoin that's breaking its all-time high, like the first major. So it's very, very interesting. Could we be seeing Solana actually become a market leader, right? Because Ethereum right now is at 400 billion. Solana's only, you know, a 4 times gain away from that. Probably not, to be honest, because I think if Solana were to catch up to Ethereum, Ethereum would probably, you know, get a little bit higher as well. But I think Solana is going to close that gap. I do think that that Solana is going to close that gap, and we can take a look at this. Another stream, yay. Hell yeah, Delilah. We're alive. We're right here. Take a look at this. Solana against ETH. Because I think this is going to be a really interesting chart. And yeah, look at Solana gaining all of this strength against Ethereum, man. This is at an all-time high. Look at this. This is at an all-time high right now. That was 0.5. I can't read this chart. It costs 0.5 Ethereum to buy one Solana token. That's what it means. But that sounds too low. Because market cap-wise, it's only 4 times smaller. I'm bad at math, so let me not embarrass myself more on stream. But that was the all-time high, and now Solana is substantially higher than that. Is it substantial? Hang on, let me just double-check. Maybe not that substantial. Nah, it's 13%. But it's very, very impressive. And I think that basically the flippening would be if this number becomes 1. If this number becomes 1, then it'll cost 1 Ethereum to buy 1 Solana. That's by price, right? That's why this doesn't make sense. I don't know if there's a way to look at this by market cap. That would make more sense. Because there are obviously many more Solana tokens in circulation. That explains why I was having a little bit of a brain fart. Like, look at this. You got like, 4 times more supply of Solana tokens. So that's why that happened. A little bit of Cardano analysis. Yeah, let's take a look at Cardano. Usually I like to start with Bitcoin, but let's do it a little bit differently today. Cardano is sitting at 60 cents right now. It's managed to get through critical resistance at about 57. It doesn't have a super clear chart right now to be honest. I mean, if you're in it, great. I mean, I'd probably be interested in taking some profits after a move like this, but that's only because I respect my money and I intend to lock in my profits, but not everybody's like that. And I wouldn't even take too much, I mean, if I didn't want to take profits, if I don't, well, you know what? Here's the thing, ladies and gents. Yeah, I've been trading for 7 years. I didn't look at the 5.3 theory yet. I will do after. I've been trading for 7+ years, and I've learned the hard way many times that if I don't take profits, then they're not going to be secure, and that they're subject to go. And if they're subject to go, then they will go. And there are exceptions, right? Like, you could be so right about a trade, like my Bitcoin. Where is my Bitcoin trade at, by the way? I haven't even opened up Bybit, which is hilarious because this trade has been going so so incredibly well. Let's take a look at where this has actually gotten to now in terms of percentage gain. This is insane. The numbers just blend into each other at this point. That's how crazy all of this shit is. And if I go ahead and kind of show you what we're looking at here, this is a 2,600% profit on my Bitcoin trade. That's still open, obviously. You know, sometimes people are worried that these are screenshots. I'm sorry, edited. But no, this is a live trading interface. That's 2,700% actually on my Bitcoin position right there. And then a further 1,100%, 1,100% on this TRX position, which is absolutely fantastic. So, and by the way, you can see the profit numbers there. I mean, I'm super upfront about these things. Got no issue sharing these figures, ladies and gents. We've been sharing figures for a long time. A lot of people were asking me for years, and I was like, fuck you. Why should I show my figures? And then I don't know. I just changed my mind one day, and I was like, fine. we can start sharing figures if that's what we want to do. It's great because, you know, you see this over time, right? Like, you come back to this channel across, you know, weeks and months, and you'll see that there's a different trade with a profit or, you know, a loss that I'll tell you about. And you know, and so you can kind of see that there's some very legitimate trading going on here. And if you guys are looking to trade on the same platforms I'm using, Bybit's going to be the best place to be. There's no doubt about it. You're going to get up to 30K in free capital, aren't we, Ghosty? We're going to get free money when we trade on Bybit. And then we can throw it back into the market. And any profits are going to be yours to withdraw, which is super cool. And obviously, Blowfin is giving you even more aggressive bonuses than that. So well worth checking out. You'll find the links at the top of the description. But only check them out if you're not from a restricted region. If you're from a restricted region, you won't be able to use them. By your law. But if we come back to the charts here, take a look at Cardano. Not a whole lot that I can say here, really. This just isn't a chart that I can analyze. Anybody that claims to be able to analyze it is, well, I mean, I'm sure there are ways to analyze it using highly specific tools, but for the most part, this is like when shit like this happens, the market is just rocked a little bit too extremely. And so you kind of just have to look away until it comes down. That's just what I've learned over many years of mistakes and so on as a trader. Ethereum's coming down a little bit against Bitcoin here, so that's interesting. Is this going to be the beginning of it continuing to drop? Or is it actually going to be something that might look a little bit more like this? You know, that's very possible too. So we'll see. I obviously, I'm always going to default to being bearish on Ethereum against Bitcoin right now. I just don't think that it's kind of at that recovery point now. And I also, this is arguably, I think, much more important. I also just think that this range here, you know, was quite important for Ethereum in terms of support and resistance historically. And, you know, when we managed to fall below it by, you know, an entire 14%, to me, that makes it incredibly likely that, you know, if you rally 20%, that can lead you to be exhausted when you get to resistance. And that's a really big problem that you have when you rally up into resistance levels, is that, you know, the market can reach exhaustion by that point. And if that does happen, then, you know, you really are screwed. So we really don't want that to happen. Let's take a look at Dogecoin here. Look at this. This shit is insane right now. Dogecoin's just popping off right now. Again, it's not the easiest chart to analyze, but it's definitely looking a little bit easier than something like Cardano, because we can just look at, yeah, there's like some pretty clear ranges that we can kind of identify. Obviously, Doge topped out in one of them. They're very light ranges, right? Like, it's quite inconsistent. How could you predict that Doge would top out here? You know, you can't really. It's not a very clean chart. And again, this is the thing, is that, you know, a lot of people will get excited that, like, oh my god, Doge is up by, you know, 30% in 2 days or whatever, and like, totally cool. I understand that. Like, that's actually very impressive. But at the same time, like, I've just shown you, you know, a trade where I'm in 2,700% profit, which, you know, obviously runs laps around 30. And yes, granted, that took a long time, but the point is that these kind of gains, 30%, they're very achievable. You know, when I would trade on Bybit, for example, but I wouldn't have to trade a chart that doesn't make sense, like Doge, right? There are other charts that do make a lot more sense, like Bitcoin, you know, and other major coins like Solana. these coins have really, really nice charts, and they're also very tradable, and so the gains are just easier to make, and they're more predictable. They're, you know, I personally like to have more control of my destiny as a trader. This is what I say, right? Like, I want to be able to influence the direction I'm going to go in, rather than just buy a fucking shit coin and hope that, you know, I don't get rugged, and hope that, you know, it's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna keep going up. You know, I mean, that to me is not a good enough strategy when I'm working with large amounts of money, which, you know, are very serious to me. And I think many other people who have large amounts of money in front of them, or serious amounts of money in front of them, would feel the same way. Mads is asking, what app am I using to draw? It is TradingView. It's linked in the description right here, and it's the best software. It's the best software. Well worth checking out. Yeah, it is Lens Flare, Mr. Space Ripper. What a cool name. It is Lens Flare. Let me see if I can fix that right now. But the thing is because I'm actually using a it's so cool. I'm using like a teleprompter, but I can put anything I want on it. And so I actually have your live chat on it right now. But yeah, that's removed it. So I've just switched off the teleprompter. And yeah, that's what you're seeing. So I guess I could turn the brightness down. That should fix the problem. That fixes the problem. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think that's tolerable, isn't it? You guys are fine with that. You guys fine with that? Oh, shit. Now it doesn't work properly. Ah, fuck's sakes. Okay, hang on. Now I got a technical issue. Just bear with me, ladies and gents. I'll wrap this up. Okay, we're back. We're back. I'm not going to touch that anymore. I think we're just going to leave it as it is. Whatever changes I should make, I'm going to try and do it on... Thing is, I got a hardware issue. I'm dealing with a hardware issue right now. That's why it's not perfect. But... yeah, let's come back to the charts here. And stay locked on this for another minute. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's continuing to dip a little bit. We're sitting at 79.8 at the moment. Oh no, it's not continuing. It's just kind of consolidating. Look at this. It's so predictable. I mean, we said this right as Bitcoin was dropping. This sideways range here would probably turn into support. I mean, this is how the market works all the time. It really is this easy. You know, like you don't have to make your life hard. It really is this easy. The market will usually stop moving when it reaches, you know, zones of consolidation. You know, where the market consolidated before, that's usually where you're going to see it consolidating again. So I think that's kind of been done quite a few times. Can I give my opinion on Shiba right now? I think I already did. And it didn't look like it was particularly easy to chart. Oh no, maybe I didn't. Hang on, let's take a look. Yeah, no, Shiba's actually one of the better charts. Yeah, it hit resistance, and I basically said that, you know, this would be an interesting level to buy. This is an obvious level to buy as well, by the way. I mean, you know, if it comes down here, I mean, it wicks, like, pretty extremely, right? Like, look at this wick right here, you know, or this wick right here. What is this? This is a, it's a 10%. Fucking hell, you can't trade that. Nope, can't trade that. That's a 10% wick. That's too unpredictable. It wicks hard. That's the problem, these coins. They wick very, very hard. But there is a strategy. The strategy is to wait for it to come back down and wait for it to produce a wick like this. And then on that subsequent recovery, you get your entry. And then you also have a very clear stop loss because you've already punched in a low. That's actually, currently, that's my favorite strategy to trade. I wouldn't say it's my main strategy right now because you need to be, like, kind of there to do it. And I don't sit on my laptop to trade ever, as a rule, because I didn't become a trader to fucking sit on my laptop all day. I became a trader to have freedom in my life, not to lose it. So I don't trade like that. But, you know, if it is doable, you know, if an alert is set and, you know, when I got some free time or whatever, I'll definitely trade in this kind of way. And it's probably my favorite way right now because it's just so safe. I get to eliminate my risk. And still keep the upside. So I really, really like it. Thanks for being a boss and giving your best. Dude, you're very, very welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much for the very kind comment. Ladies and gents, that you are tuning in here, smash up those likes. We've been live for about half an hour. Smash them up. Get this thing above 250 likes. We're pushing 500 viewers. We hit 800. Yesterday was the first time that this fucking shadow ban bullshit, I think, finally stopped. Or, like, stopped a little bit. And it's been so frustrating. Oh my god. It's really something else to deal with an algorithm problem, because you don't even have visibility into it. But you guys have helped break it, and I really, really do appreciate all that. So thank you. We got Bitcoin taking a little bit of a rip higher. Zilla told me about that in the live chat, so thank you for that. 79.8 right now. What do I reckon the next stop for Bitcoin rocket ship? I mean, it topped out at 81. That's a pretty random number, so I have no idea, and I don't think there's any point in speculating. You and I can pick a number, and we got, you know, the same probability of being correct or incorrect. I don't know, to say a number, I don't know, 83, 86, I don't know. Doesn't matter, though, does it? The more important thing is, where are these dips going to happen? Because these dips are where you can start buying and you know, going long and making some money. And that's what a lot of people are going to be looking to do, and it's definitely what I'm looking to do. So that's the bigger question. I don't care about where Bitcoin's going to go on the upside. I care about where it's going to fall down to, so I can buy it and I can go long. That's what I want. Do you think we could retrace back to 73k? Yes, absolutely. 100%. I would love it. I think we could go substantially lower than 73k. 73k is only here. Let's take a look at this now. From our all-time high to 73k, that's a 9% drop. To our first real support level, which is the previous resistance band, that's a 12% drop, so that's good. That's kind of moderate, low end of moderate. And this one is a 17% drop, so we're still kind of fairly moderate, you know, correction territory. I want to see Bitcoin having the potential to drop by, you know, 30%. And then still be in a really good zone of support, like 67k. Because that's what I truly, truly want to see. You know, I mean, that would be like the most healthy thing this market could produce, is if we get like a correction that looks like this, you know, like start it from 94k, send it back down to 67, and then fucking fly, just absolutely rip from there. That's how the market kind of likes to move in my experience, and so that's what I'm really looking out for. 30%, am I nuts? Hell no, I'm not fucking nuts. What do you think this is, dude? Look at this. That was 30% and it took, what, 10 days? No, not even. It took 7 days. Am I nuts? No, not at all. I'm just realistic. I've been around for 7 years, bro. 30% is no big deal for Bitcoin. 30%? Are you serious? Try 60, mate. 30% is light. That was pre-Trump? Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't actually think Trump has that much of an impact, do you? That much? Come on, man. Come on. I don't think so. And not at the start of a bull run. Well, the bull run started at 15k. So, we're very much more like potentially in the middle stage. No, I firmly disagree, Mike. I think you're completely incorrect about that, and I think you're going to get punished for it. The market is going to correct by 30% again, for sure. It's going to correct by much more than 30%, and it's going to stay bullish. And I can say that with a lot of confidence. It has literally never not happened. It's never not happened. We've never had a bull market where we didn't correct by 30% or more and then continued going up. It's never not happened. Yeah, so I think I think we're gonna get a correction like that again for sure, and I would love to see it. And by the way, it's so likely to happen around 100k. Like, obviously, you know, there's gonna be some significant selling happening, you know, above or below it. It would make total sense to get us, you know, to get a big deep pullback. And who cares? I mean, you know, if we get up to 94k and we got to take a quick pit stop down to 67, buy back a little bit more, go long again, and then just send it. Like, why would we be upset by this? That's the best thing that could happen. You want to make money, right? Like, I'm sorry, are we on the same page? Do we want to make money here? Yes or no? Like, if we want to make money here, I think we're going to be interested in opportunities like this because they're so easy. We're you know, they're so easy to make money, so of course we want those kind of trades. They're the best ones. They're the easiest ones. You can do them while you're sleeping. So yeah, I mean, and whether you think they're gonna happen or not, they're gonna happen. So, you know, I'd rather just be prepared for it. Yeah, pullbacks will happen. Pullbacks will happen. Thoughts on SEI? I don't know anything about SEI, dude. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at SEI. It's at $0.50. It's at macro resistance. It's at macro resistance. The resistance is very blurry. I don't like that. But if it gets above this range, it's got big resistance at 57 cents. This will be the resistance level to watch. And if SEI can get above 57, then that's going to be moonshot territory. It's probably going to have a very easy ride up to 85 cents, which is a big 50% move. But until it gets above this green box, I don't think this looks like a good chart to me. I mean, you know, you'd have to be longing into resistance. I don't think that's good practice. I don't think that's good practice. As a short, it actually looks a lot better, but I still wouldn't go short because this market is really bullish. I got another request for a coin. I forgot what it was. Someone was asking me a lot. It was TIA. Let's take a look at TIA. On Binance. And what are we looking at here? So I hate TIA, man. This chart is so uncooperative. It mooned once really, really impressively, and then it just didn't. It just wasn't playing nice again after that. Yeah, not a whole lot I can say about a lot of these coins are in the middle of ranges, right? You can't really like say a whole lot about them. You know, like this is kind of like where the range becomes really important, I would say, and we're not there yet. So, you know, that's resistance and that's support. Done. Khalas, move on. What else can you say? If you say anything else, you're overanalyzing, really. We got a request for Pepe. Pepe's at macro resistance. Pepe's just topped out here at macro resistance. So again, you know, potentially move down to support or get above resistance and, you know, start setting some. Would it be an all-time high or just a high? I don't know. It looks like it'll be an all-time high. So yeah. So Pepe could be on the horizon. Looking really, really cool. So that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. Bitcoin's dipping down a little bit again. It's actually gotten a little bit lower than... oh, no, not quite yet. It hasn't gotten lower than its previous low. So let's see what happens here with Bitcoin and if it can kind of hold on to this price zone. Thank you all for tuning in so far today, ladies and gents. We got 450 viewers in the house. Smash up those likes if you are enjoying this stream so far. Push this above 250 likes. We're so close to 200. We're so close. Let's get this thing above 250. What about ENJ? We'll take a look at a couple more altcoins in just a minute. I wanna look through some other stuff here with you guys for now, because there are a couple other things that I did want to talk to you guys about in this live stream. Let's go ahead and very, very quickly look at traditional finance. We've actually already done this, obviously, and it's still a weekend, so there are no updates, but the dollar will reopen its session here shortly in about 2 hours. So who knows? Maybe we'll still be live. And the dollar's, you know, kind of looking strong, but so is Bitcoin. So it doesn't really matter. Stock market is looking really strong. So if Bitcoin's strength right now is a sign of just euphoria over the weekend, then we might actually see this continue on Monday. And it would make sense if that's a Trump-related thing. We're gonna have to put any sentiment that Trump is going to stop us from having pullbacks to rest, because it's fucking ridiculous. It's asinine. It's unbelievable that you can say that. I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, you're going to be proven so horribly wrong, and it's going to hurt so bad. Trump is not, you know, Trump is not Jesus, and he's not going to save you from having corrective price action. So that's going to happen. Yeah, but not 30%. I don't know, dude. Bitcoin's still Bitcoin. But I actually think we could get 40%. And by the way, we got it last time, right? Like last bull market, I know without Trump, but last bull market, this pullback was 50%. It was more than 50%. It was a 55% pullback, and then we still set a new all-time high. This is very normal. You can't, like, you won't find an exception to this. Look at this. From 14K, that was a 70% drop within the same market cycle up to 60K, right? On this occasion here, that's a 40% drop. On this occasion here, that's a 40% drop. Look at this. Like, this is everywhere. Like, it's already happened on this chart. Look at this. This is a 20% drop. That's actually a little bit more tame. And actually, no, these corrections were all very shallow. These were all 20%. Like, Mike, I understand you if your argument is that the market is changing and we're just having shallower pullback these days. I can understand where you're coming from. I still think you're completely wrong, because this, to me, is, I mean, this has only happened across 500 days, and then you're basically writing off, years and years and years of history, which prove on the contrary. So I don't know, man. I just don't think that, a little bit of this is going to be, the way no, absolutely not. It's Bitcoin's still going to dump ridiculously huge, and it better. That's why we're here. That's what we get to trade. That's what we make money off. I doubt we'll see a 20+% drop. Wow. Okay, well, we're going to be live when it happens, ladies and gents, and I promise I'll still love you when it happens. I promise. I'll still give you all the alpha I've got when it happens, and we're still going to make money off it. And I'll still be here for you guys. This cycle is different than the last ones. Yeah, okay. 79.5. That's where Bitcoin's at right now. And we are just hanging on to this low. So let's see if we can lose it. This cycle is different than last time. Man, you guys need to step back. You guys need to get a third-person perspective on what you're saying right now. 30% pullback is very likely. 100%. It's a damn near guarantee. It's Bitcoin we're talking about. Are we dumping now? When is official? I mean, official? I don't know, right? Probably when you start losing this range, because there is nothing. Look, the only price history that Bitcoin ever had between 77K and 79K was here. So, and this was very, very quick. So, I wouldn't expect support if we got below this level. I would expect it to just drop like a stone down to at least here. So, this would be a very accelerated drop potentially. And, you definitely might argue that this is where, the dump becomes official. But, I mean, and the support is very shallow here too. So maybe Bitcoin has to drop down to the lower 70s, to really capture support. So is that when a dump becomes official? I still disagree. I still don't think that's where a dump becomes official, because, it's just a correction. I mean, a dump is probably a little bit more like this, right? Or a little bit. A dump is shit. The dump is not nice. Corrections are nice. And I think that's, and when does it become official? Yeah, just when it loses support levels. Look, it's got a little bit of price action here that it's able to kind of hold on to right now, almost like a magnet. But when that goes, that's when it accelerates. So that would make sense. Midwest Picker, Sammy is 100% right. Been here since 2017. It will go higher over time, but some of you will panic sell on dips. Yeah, I've been here since 2017 too, man, and that is exactly how it goes. Yeah. And by the way, I mean, just to put things in perspective, I wanna take a look at this right here with you guys. I know that Tesla's smaller than Bitcoin, but it's very similar. And if we take a look at Tesla, by the way, I wanna just while we're talking about Tesla here, I made a little bit of analysis on it recently. Well, not so recently anymore. But I made a video telling you that Tesla stock will probably be exploding, and that was filmed when Tesla was trading at $200. Tesla's now way above 300, so that's more than a 50% gain. And that analysis, that was from about, 3 months ago? Yeah, almost exactly 3 months ago. So in 3 months, like a 60% profit on the analysis that I was sharing on Tesla. What is this? Yeah, 60% profit in 3 months. That sounds better than Bitcoin. Let's take a look. Did Bitcoin do that well? Since August 13 to now, Bitcoin did half as well. So Tesla outperformed Bitcoin by a factor of 2x. Tesla doubled Bitcoin's performance in this time frame. And that analysis only went to Twitter. This is the most important thing. This is the video that I posted on Twitter. It got more views than a normal YouTube video here. Which just goes to show how amazing this analysis was. And if you're not following me on Twitter, which is the top link in the description, then you're missing out on more exclusive Twitter analysis, because I do post exclusive there regularly. And this one worked out really, really well, and it's not going to be the last one. So yeah, really good stuff here on the Tesla chart. But if we take a look at the Tesla chart, here you're looking at, a major stock, a major company, a company which employs many thousands of people, maybe even hundreds of thousands. I don't know, but it employs a lot of people. It's an international company. It's a big deal, right? It's a car manufacturer and a software company, and now a robot manufacturer, and it's everything. Tesla's everything. It's a big deal, and yet Tesla regularly sees 30% pullbacks. So You know, and if you think that Donald Trump is going to be something that changes the game for Bitcoin, then surely Elon Musk is a big deal for Tesla. You know, because Elon Musk is an even bigger force for economic strength than Donald Trump, for sure, because Elon Musk is far more successful than Donald Trump. So, you know, at what he did. And we're seeing extremely regular, you know, I mean, this is way worse. You know, I mean, we're looking at 50% drops in 114 days. If this shit was happening in Bitcoin, you guys would be running back to your fucking mother. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, not you guys, but like the crypto space in general. You know, it would be very, very extreme. So, so yeah, I mean, Tesla's doing that. But it's not just Tesla, right? If we take a look at this with some of the bigger companies, let's look at Apple, for example, because I don't know what kind of corrective price action Apple has experienced, but I'm curious to see if it matches up with Tesla. This looks pretty steep. Look at this. This is a 17% drop, and it took 20 days. And Apple, as a company, is worth more than double Bitcoin. So, I mean, yeah, it's not looking great, right? Like, clearly bigger corrections can happen. I mean, when you consider that this stock is more than double the value of Bitcoin and it's still correcting by 17%, that easily places Bitcoin, which is a fucking cryptocurrency, that easily places Bitcoin at far more than 30% corrections being reasonable within an uptrend. Easily. Look at this one here. Look at this one. We got 20% right here. That took 60 to 70 days. Look at this one here. That's 23% in 50 days. Down to this low, that's 17. Down to the absolute low, that's 30% in 5 months. And we're talking about Apple stock here. We're talking about a really, really big, important company. So, if it can happen to a company that is international, that has major political power, and so on and so forth, then I don't know how you could say this won't happen to Bitcoin. It's I think it's going to be much more than 30%. I really do. I traded Tesla gap and go. It will go past 1K easy. Just give it time, guys. Yeah, I mean, for Tesla to go above $1,000, it would have to get pretty high. It would have to basically triple from here. That puts its market cap at $3 trillion. That makes sense. Yeah, I could see Tesla stock at $3 trillion. Yeah, that makes sense. Because, you know, it's going to be a much bigger company. It just depends on if Musk can pull off what he said he's going to pull off. But, you know, obviously, you know, history's on his side. A lot of things are on his side. Sammy, take a look at Berkshire Hathaway. That's a valid stock value. Those are targets for Bitcoin price. It would be interesting to see how a crypto worth what Berkshire Hathaway is worth would behave like. So Berkshire Hathaway is worth $1 trillion, which is about 30% less than Bitcoin's worth, which is hilarious. I don't know exactly what you wanted me to look at on this chart though. This is a nice. Let's look at this. What's this? That's a 25% drop in 90 days, in 100 days. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, these, like, where are you guys getting your numbers from? Like, you gotta anchor yourselves. Like, 30% is very common. 30% is very, very common. But yeah, I mean, look at this chart, man. Like, this is beautiful. Look at this chart. From the COVID crash to current. Actually, it's only up by 3x. That's not very impressive. That's not very impressive. I mean, maybe for them it's good, but I think compared to what we know, what we can expect, that's not great. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin again. We're sitting at 79.4. So that's looking pretty nice. Let me know if you guys have any questions for this live stream here as well. And as you are tuning into this stream, if you haven't done so already, smash up those likes, ladies and gents. It does help out a lot. Let's get this thing above 250. I got a couple of tweets I wanted to show you guys. Take a look at this. Google searches for Bitcoin have finally started to surge. We've been looking at this a little bit, buying Bitcoin and so on. It's going up a little bit, so that's, you know, some retail potentially starting to come in here. Michael Saylor is now up $10 billion in profit on MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings. I still don't think that he is the messiah that everybody thinks he is, because I think it's very funny that he bought at such horrible price levels when he really didn't have to. This is what I don't understand, right? Like, I understand when a normal average Joe with a, you know, with a real job, you know, dollar cost averages in and ends up buying at bad price levels because, you know, he's just too busy, he's got a wife and kids, whatever, life is complicated. I understand that, that's fine. But when a guy like Michael Saylor, whose job it is to manage funds, buys Bitcoin at 50K or 40K, I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like I've outplayed this guy. Like, yeah, he's got more money than me, but ROI-wise, I mean, you know, like, we're all doing significantly better. Like, we all have better entries than Michael Saylor, yet he's Jesus. Like, everybody treats him like he's the Messiah. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I think that it's a little bit silly. I think that he could have done a lot better. That's my honest opinion. I mean, you know, he's a very, very smart guy. He's got all the advantages that none of us have. And yet his Bitcoin entries are worse than all of us. I mean, I think this was quite obvious buying Bitcoin, you know, sub 20K, for example. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here. 79.5, just picking back up a little. We're just consolidating here right now. We're just consolidating here. Let's see if this is going to pick back up in a little bit. Take a look at this here. Something doesn't add up here. Everyone's talking about how the S&P 500 just hit 6,000 for the first time in history. However, U.S. technology funds have seen a record $5 billion of outflows over the last 4 weeks. What is happening with the S&P 500's hottest sector? As seen in the chart below, U.S. technology funds have seen historic outflows over the last month with over $5 billion of outflows since October 1st. This is more than double the outflows seen at the start of the 2022 bear market. Despite record highs, we have record selling. Strangely enough, the market was able to post its best week of 2024 last week, even as tech stocks lost momentum. The S&P 500 rallied without the technology sector on Friday, which ended 0.11% lower. I love analysis like this because it's cutting straight through the bullshit to the things that are very, very important, that are worth talking about. So let's really dive into this one here. This is very important, ladies and gents. We were able to capitalize on this momentum, but it certainly wasn't normal. On October 18, we posted this alert for premium members calling for S&P 500 to hit 6,000. On Friday, 6,000 would hit even with tech trading lower. Our members are up 1,500, join below. So can the market keep rising without tech? Basically, they're saying that tech is not looking strong anymore, so can the markets keep on going? It seems the market's rally is broadening. However, what this means is that it's not just tech that's taking the market higher anymore, it's everything else as well, or it's more. However, even as the rally broadens, technical indicators on the S&P 500 individual sectors are beginning to look oversold. Oversold is a good thing. Traders have been piling into ETFs since the election. The Russell 2000 ETF saw a massive 3.9 billion net inflow. So ETFs are seeing big inflows across the board. 1.3, 1.6 inflows. ETFs, money is just going in. Money is going into stuff right now. That's what it's saying. 18 billion was added to U.S. equities ETFs after the election, and the election results came in like 5 days ago. $18 billion, 18 billion, and that's just what we know about. This is nearly 16 times higher than the daily average year to date, according to Bloomberg. This is clearly investors being extremely confident about a Trump win, and very, very happy about the state of affairs right now. It's extremely aggressive, man. It's extremely aggressive. You really got to think about why this is. Yeah, you really got to think about why this is. But yeah, overall risk appetite has likely never been stronger. Yep, that's very, very true. One of the best signs of risk appetite is Bitcoin. It just hits 80K. Yeah. We will continue to monitor flows into and out of stocks, but attention shifts back to the Fed this week. And this is the thing, like if we start getting good things coming from the Fed as well, I mean, it could get very, very interesting. It could get very, very, very interesting. So yeah, I mean, super, super interesting stuff going on right now. Back to the Bitcoin chart, nothing really going on. People who voted Kamala, but they have Bitcoin. I don't know exactly what this meme is trying to say other than that these girls look really stupid. That's probably about it. The memes post-election have been hilarious, so that's brilliant. And the fear and greed index, obviously we were looking at that, sitting at 78. Almost hard to believe that it's still at 78, but of course we still need that daily close. So we'll see what happens at this daily close in a few hours. Maybe we'll be live again later today. Make sure that you are subscribed for that if you do want to, if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on this very time-sensitive content. Because if we do go live again, we'll be, of course, looking at this market and the kind of price action that we could be getting. Yeah, Bitcoin's dominance looks like it's kind of starting to reverse a little bit at the 60% level, but I mean, I'm still not convinced that this is a legitimate full-on price correction. Direction reversal. I think that, you know, more likely we're probably just going to continue going up later on. Alts are waking up a little bit. Here is Matic with a very, very long-term chart. There's still nothing going on, right? I mean, compared to what's actually happening on the chart, and the euphoria that altcoin holders have right now, it's quite ridiculous. It's obviously just Stockholm syndrome. But yeah, that's happening. Some alts didn't even break out yet. Take a look at Arbitrum, still trading at the top of its resistance range. So, you know, there's a lot of kind of variety across this market right now. But yeah, 72K retest, I think is going to be one of the very, very interesting trade setups here. Here's a potential example of how I'd be looking to trade it. Entry at 72, probably even a little bit lower. Stop loss down at about, 69.5. You know, nice stop loss. Very, very nice stop loss, actually. It's lining up with daily EMA support. It's lining up with daily Ichimoku support in a month. There's a lot going for, you know, this kind of range here to be buying Bitcoin, and really, really nice potential upside. So I think that's definitely looking interesting to me. And like I said, I mean, you know, I'm going to be trading these markets on these exchanges linked in the description. But what's really cool about them is that you get free money for it, right? So if there's a trade that you kind of want to take, but, you know, you don't really care, or whatever the deal may be, it's just a lot easier to take that trade when the money is not yours, and, you know, there's no penalty if you lose the money, but you do get to withdraw the profits. So really, really cool stuff. Blowfin's much more aggressive with their bonuses. They give you much more money when you start trading. So check them all out if you're interested. Always make sure that you're allowed to. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty sweet overall for this market, especially in terms of kind of trading setups now, because they are starting to become a little bit more clear. You know, they really are. I mean, this kind of correction would be a very, very easy trade, very easy upside. Now we can target 81k, you know, that's a 13% move up, 4 to 5 risk to reward ratio, very, very easy. Obviously I prefer this setup here, but I don't know if I would get it. I'd probably put my stop loss somewhere around over here, 3.5%, and I'd still target the same high, and now I'm getting a 6 times risk to reward ratio. So really, really impressive stuff here. Truly, very, very impressive. We've already looked at Cardano, so you can rewind the live stream, those of you that are tuning in a little bit late, but super impressive stuff. So close to 250 likes, ladies and gents. Pump them up. Smash them up, ladies and gents. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you don't miss out on this time-sensitive content. Really, really good stuff going around right now. Let's take another look. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything that I'm supposed to be talking about in this live stream. We've covered pretty much everything. I do want to take a look at some of the news going on in the crypto space. I know you guys like me looking at the news in crypto. I don't typically spend too much time looking at it, but I can understand why other people find it interesting. We got Elon Musk smoking a joint, smoking the Federal Reserve here. Elon Musk appeared to support a call to end the Federal Reserve Bank in the United States after reposting a tweet from Utah Senator Mike Lee. Is this guy the ethics guy for Trump's government now? Did that happen? Because I saw that he got like an ethics guy from Utah, which was really interesting because you know, he's probably going to be a little bit different to most of the country, being from Utah, in terms of his view on ethics. But yeah, it might be. Oh no, U.S. Attorney General. I'm not sure then. Maybe not. But that was definitely interesting. But yeah, let's bring it back to Cointelegraph here. Lee argued that the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's recent assertion that he would not resign from his post, even if asked to by the incoming President Donald Trump, represented an out-of-control system. Lee wrote via his social media account, "The executive branch should be under the direction of the president. That's how the Constitution was designed. The Federal Reserve is one of many examples of how we've deviated from the Constitution. In that regard, yet another reason why we should end the Fed." Yeah, man, the US is interesting. It's like the most perfect country ever when you look at the Constitution, but, you know, it's deviated away from the Constitution, and now it's just not as perfect anymore. It's actually a lot like, I remember when I was growing up, my mom was telling me why Muslims have such a bad name in the world, and she said it's because Muslims aren't following the Quran. And, you know, whether you agree with that or not, a lot of religious people would say that about their own people who misbehave. They'll say, like, they're just not, you know, they've just deviated from what they were told to do as they were growing up. And that's why they have problems now. And it seems like the US is experiencing that too. It seems very universal, actually. If you're taught good things and then you move away from them, guess what's going to happen? Let's see what we got here in the live chat. Can I take a look at Gala? Yes, I will take a quick look at Gala here. Haven't seen Gala in a very, very long time, and I don't think I've ever traded it. So, you know, I'm not super qualified to even look at this chart. But then again, none of us are qualified for anything. So, We'll take a look. I mean, yeah, it's in the middle of a range again, isn't it? So there's nothing I can say on this chart. I mean, did I already look at this during this live stream? Maybe I did. And I'm just like having a little brain fart right now. 2 live streams in a row. You're on fire. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, we were live just like 12 hours ago, maybe 14 hours ago now. But yeah, we were live very, very recently. Bro, the original Constitution didn't give women rights and had slavery. Come on, bro. Not perfect at all. Okay, I made a mistake. Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I did know that. I just forgot. But yeah, that you're completely right. I mean, you know, we should be giving women rights and not having slaves. So I made a mistake. Yeah, but I think, you know, these are obvious exceptions, right? I mean, you know, with the exception of those two things and, you know, maybe a couple others, the Constitution was designed really, really well. Even now, it's pretty good. Even now, it's just not being followed. But what do we think of MOG? I don't know what MOG is. Let's go back to this Cointelegraph article though, because this is really interesting. Lee's call to abolish the Federal Reserve banking system in the United States represents a growing sentiment among sound money advocates that Bitcoin maximalists who argue that centrally managed fiat currencies are prone to monetary inflation and currency devaluation. The executive branch should be under the direction of the president. That's how the Constitution was designed. Elon Musk is a big supporter of this. I don't know, man. Is this going to happen? I mean, you know, Trump has a big mandate right now, so he could start just kind of doing everything he wants to do. But that's big, and Trump didn't really do big stuff like that in his previous term, and I'm not really expecting anything crazy this time so far. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I don't want to hold my breath for it because, you know, then you open yourself up to disappointment. Because the thing about Trump that, you know, nobody is really talking about is that, like, even though he's being heralded as the most perfect person ever now, you know, when people like Julian Assange or Snowden were still on the run, you know, the United States didn't do shit while Trump was president, you know? So how much of a free speech advocate is he? I mean, when it suits him to get votes, maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm not... Oh, look, I think he's amazing. I think he's really, really cool, but I just don't think he's what he's being chalked up to be by his supporters. And because of that, I'm not expecting something different this time. But I am hoping for it, and I am. I don't want to say praying for it, but, you know, like I'm really looking forward to it. If it happens, it would be amazing. I just don't want to hold my breath for it. I don't think it's smart for anybody to do that because you just, you know, you set yourself. He's a bureaucrat at the end of the day, through and through. He's a president. That makes him a bureaucrat. And I think that you know is going to inherently put them in. It might not even be Trump's will, right? Like, he might have wanted to do these things that are nicer, but his hands were tied. And, you know, I mean, that's going to be a little bit better this time because his party has much more control of the entire government. But I don't know. I still think that you know, if amazing things like you know, major reform to the Federal Reserve is going to happen, I don't want to hold my breath for it. I would rather just kind of wait to let the market, you know, make that a reality. That would be a lot nicer. But let's take a quick look at CoinDesk as well. See if there's anything super interested going on over here. And just while we do that, let's take a quick peek back at Bitcoin, which has continued to trade in this kind of sideways range here, waiting for something to happen. Hoping for a safer US. Too many stabbings. Wow, stabbings in Southern California. I don't know, you guys have a stabbing problem. I thought it was just gun crime. No, it was better than one evil to another. Maybe he'll actually join the swamp this time. They all tried to put them in jail. I mean, yeah, obviously better than a Biden government. There's no doubt. But I don't know. I think we're past that obvious point at this point. Did I hear anything about the Cardano founder? No, not really. I've just heard that it might be happening, but I haven't really gotten details on it. I can't be asked listening to him for 40 minutes. Trump had a whole different team around him in 2016. Now he has the Senate, the House as well. Exactly. So, you know, I mean, there's a much bigger chance that he actually does good stuff this time. Or I should say that he does much more good stuff this time. There's a much bigger chance of it this time. But I still won't hold my breath. That's what I'm saying. I still won't hold my breath. Fed cuts rates by 25 basis points. Bitcoin price at record. As Powell says, Trump win has no effect on policy. Yeah, there we go. They're just gaslighting everybody, man. They're just gaslighting everybody. It's like the more they say untruthful stuff, the more real it becomes. That's their entire approach. Like, and it hasn't even been working, but they don't learn. They're too far up their own asses to learn anything. Solana joins 100 billion club. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Right, ladies and gents, thank you all for tuning in. It has been an hour streaming, and I'm going to be heading off for this one. If you have any final questions, requests, and so on, let me know. We haven't hit 250 likes. We're so close. We're only 10 away. Let's pump them up if you have enjoyed this stream so far. Drop any last kind of questions, requests, anything at all that you'd like me to do. And after that, I will be heading off. Of course, if you want to trade these markets and you want the head start of having free money to, you know, profit off, then check out these links. When you start trading on them, you're going to get money for free in your account that you can trade with. Check them out if you're not from a restricted region. If you are, then don't use them. Ethereum Bitcoin chart, I won't be looking at that because the Ethereum video will be coming out. Maybe not exactly today, but soon. With the whole altcoin thing, I might just post it today. But is it crazy that all of this volume happened over the weekend? No, not really, because it was after the Trump election. So I think that if we're seeing the Trump election and then a lot of euphoria on the next weekend afterwards, that actually makes a lot of sense because, you know, look, if there's any weekend where things are going to be crazy, it would be the weekend after this election happens. So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt for this particular weekend. But yeah, I mean, if it goes on longer, then, you know, if it happens like for another weekend, I might start to doubt it a little bit. Hit up the likes for Sammy. Thank you very much, Dzilla. The question is it going to hold on Monday? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that the S&P 500 would probably be bullish on Monday. So yeah, I would expect Bitcoin to be okay as well. What's up, Chris? How you doing, Matt? Welcome to the live stream. 74 to 75 pullback and then to the moon. That's your opinion. Yeah, I mean, that would be sick too. I would love to see that. Thanks for smashing up those likes, ladies and gents. We got this thing above 250. Yeah. So, I will be heading off from here. Thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you all in the next video, the next live stream, whatever the deal might be. Make sure you don't miss it. It's a federal holiday tomorrow. Ah, interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, ladies and gents, take it easy. Cheers.